Hello, Screen Junkies. I am here with my boy Jack, but also I am here with a creator of Deadpool, writer, artist, Levi's model, man about town, comic book royalty, Rob Liefeld.
Definitely man about town. Thank you. Good to see you. Screen Junkies, my kids are going to be so excited. They love you guys. They absolutely love you guys. I'm thrilled to be here. Thanks for having me.
That blows my mind.
No, it shouldn't. They're teenagers. They love you.
Oh, okay.
Whatever you say is
that tracks.
gospel.
Well, your dad is very cool. Listen to your father.
Oh, you just ruined it. We're dead.
There you go. There you go.
You've had quite the year.
It's been fun.
Yeah.
It's been fun.
Deadpool 2 is a thing.
Did really good. Like people liked it.
Yeah.
Like, you get worried that the follow-up, I told everybody, like, look, Ryan Reynolds is still going to wake up beautiful, ripped, talented, funny. He's going to work the rest of his life, right? Deadpool 2 fails. All they're going to say is, the first one was a fluke. It was a fluke. It was a fluke. So sticking that landing, super important. And they stuck the landing.
Super far from a fluke. And now what's coming out is the Super Duper Cut of Deadpool 2.
Duper Cut.
So I actually didn't look up what's in it. Sell me on spending my Blu-ray money on another copy of
Oh
Deadpool.
my gosh, I'm going to tell you right now, the opening sequence where he is taking calls as a mercenary and he breaks into the Japanese bar and then later is in the bathhouse, those are really ridiculously long scenes.
Oh, okay.
That they had, like, when David Leitch, the director of Deadpool 2, invited me to see the film early February, and I went and saw a screening with him, and first thing I said to it is like, David, where's the bathhouse scene? He's like, we had to cut it. We thought it worked better. You know, and he was not like tortured over it. Yeah. It's such a great scene. He's such a great director, and it's really heavy on action. You're going to see a lot more action if that's your thing. But also the bathhouse scene, more jokes with there's a couple, can't blow them, but Deadpool fighting those guys, there's some great laughs in there.
I mean, there was one with the loincloth and Scoutmaster Kevin that got me.
Yes,
so.
There's others like that are really good, and it's violent. No, you're gonna see some great stuff. I mean, they really did trim it down. They had some great stuff. Sometimes you go, oh, they didn't leave. You know, they edited it out because either test audiences didn't love it or whatever. This was strictly they were thinking time and running, and they felt the movie worked better, quicker pace, and I think that really benefited the first movie too. I remember Tim Miller edited that thing down. Yeah. I mean, the great thing about Deadpool, both movies are not bloated. They're very quick. So they had great stuff to put back in to begin with. So I think fans are just going to flip out.
How long's the final cut? Like 3 hours?
No, I wouldn't. 3 hours? That's too long. But 2:15, that's not too bad, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we're nowhere. We're still under Infinity War, so come on.
That's the bar.
With an R rating, come on. Maybe some raunchier stuff too. So it's people are going to dig it. But like I said, David is such a brilliant action director, and obviously at his
John Wick fame, right?
Yeah, and his company, his stunt company, that he grew, like that's where his business was born. He did Matrix. He was Brad Pitt's stunt double. I mean, he really thrives on that action stuff, and like you said, John Wick. So that's why when he got picked as the guy to bring Deadpool to life, Deadpool 2, the sequel, I thought terrific. So,
yeah, I mean, that was very his style. That opening montage was like choreography.
Yes.
I mean, they're like a dance with a lot of blood and boner jokes.
I mean, that one extended shot, what's it called, a tracking shot?
Yeah.
Where Deadpool's fighting his way through everybody, and he goes, that guy's on fire. that was impressive. Like, it was really impressive.
Yeah.
They actually just announced there's a new character in this Super Duper Cut that they actually just revealed. Can you talk about kind of how Omega Red fits into? I know, right?
I remember Omega Red.
So check this out. So I was fortunate enough to be on set during the prison stuff, like the transport, where Domino and Deadpool are fighting Cable, and it was great. The thing is, I walked by Omega Red several times. I'm like, I'm telling you, that's Omega Red. But all those guys are really intimidating, and like big, muscular football players, all these guys in their yellow there was an army of them in those yellow prison uniforms. So like in between takes, they would all like walk them off to their own tent, like where they would hang out and be like, that's the prison tent. Like, don't mess
So you were using convict labor on the
that's
movie.
It. But I was like, I was like, that's Omega Red. And my buddy Bill Corso, who does all the makeup on the Deadpool films, he said, yep, that you got it right. He's actually the guy that went live with the Omega Red on he showed everybody that's Omega Red on his feed. He does, like I said, all of Ryan's, Josh's look is Cable, Ryan's look is Deadpool. So he did all those characters. I think, look, it's always, I don't want to overhype, but he's there.
Yeah.
And I remember I was like going, it's great Easter eggs. This movie, and Ryan kept saying repeatedly, this movie is jam-packed with Easter eggs.
Yeah.
And I thought, okay, that's a big claim. And then when I saw it all summoned, I'm like, there's way more than I even thought. Like it's verbal Easter eggs, visual Easter eggs. I mean, it's packed.
Easter eggs, like, how do you feel when they take characters you've created,
Yeah.
you know, Shatterstar,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff
yeah.
like that, and they throw them in the movie, and these are fairly beloved
Yes,
characters,
yes.
and then use them as a joke and murder them? How does that make you feel?
Okay, so here's the deal. I'm ready for it.
Yeah.
They may have tried to hide that from me, and I found out, and they didn't know that I knew that they were doing that. And I was actually out with the executive when I was on set, and I asked him about it, and his spoon dropped into his ramen noodles, and he's like, "How do you know this?" And I'm like, "Dude, I
have my sources.
I have friends.
Yeah.
Like, come on." But the truth, the absolute truth of the matter is, dudes, they made 2 movies of Deadpool within 2 years. Like, even my buddy the other day said, 2016, 2018, you got 2 Deadpool movies. Like, that doesn't happen. And here's the deal. Deadpool is brilliant in both, but then they expanded the world, and let's be honest, it was all about adding Cable and Domino to the second one and getting them right.
Yeah.
And I gotta be honest, man, like that's, when they cast Brolin and they cast Zazie, I was like, okay, we're good.
Yeah.
Like, my family will tell you, the Cable, that I sweat that, I was sweating that casting like you have no idea. Like that was like, so getting Cable right and getting Domino right, you wanna throw characters into helicopters, into helicopter blades and make them explode. Here's the deal, people love that scene.
Yeah.
They knew what they were doing. They knew what they were doing. I gave the writers a hard time and they would give me a hard time. But no, I think people all summer long, when they tell me how much they love the movie, I say, what's your favorite part? The entire X-Force sequence from beginning to end, assembling them to the dismantling of them.
Yeah.
So I mean, they knew what they're doing.
Yeah.
It's you got to lose. You know what? You
gotta break a few eggs, make an omelet.
That's it. You took it. You took it. That's it. Cable, Domino, Deadpool. They're your stars.
But you have honestly a million characters. Do
Yes.
you know how many, off the top of your head, how many characters you've created? Thousands, hundreds?
No, for Marvel, 40
Yeah.
in the X-Force universe.
Okay, so I was a little
I know that. No, because I had to sign that contract.
Yeah.
You know, and I was like, boom. Okay. But no. I mean, it'd be in the hundreds. So it was I like creating characters. And at the time, honestly, in comics, everybody was kind of getting played out, and everybody who my generation broke in with, the guys that we looked up to, were tired.
Yeah.
So it was easy to kind of come in and do a lot of new stuff because the audience was ready for it.
Yeah. But you're popping up everywhere. You've got a character in Titans?
Yes, yes.
Yeah?
Oh, and I've been sitting on this one for a year, dude. Like, I'm like, okay, you've been filming since October. When are we gonna see something? I think they're like, just roll Rob to voicemail because he's calling us again. Hey, Akiva, are you really not coming down to San Diego with anything? Are you really? Are you really? Hey, Jeff Johns, are you really? Rob, stay put. And then yesterday they all texted me and they said, you're gonna be a very happy guy at 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. No, Minka Kelly is Dove.
Oh, Minka Kelly.
Yeah, she is fantastic.
Friday Night Lights.
I am remiss right now who is playing Hawk. He's terrific.
Yeah.
He played Aquaman once before in, I think, the Superboy show. So, I mean, but he's terrific. So a modern version of Hawk and Dove. It's funny they're calling the show Titans because honestly, it's Raven, it's Hawk, it's Dove, it's Robin. Are these not your birds of prey? I mean, it's everybody's a bird. But it's
Beast Boy could probably do a bird.
Yeah, right.
When Beast Boy turns
the
into a
club.
bird, Starfire's gonna be like, what? She's like gonna be the only one who's not a bird. So the thing is, Minka Kelly as Dove, Dawn Granger, I introduced with Carl Kiesel and Barbara Randall in it was my first job. And the thing is, here's the deal, when I see her come to life, the editors at the time did not want me to give her hair. They literally wanted me to copy the Steve Ditko design for the male Dove, who is the brother of Hank Hall. And we were going in a totally different direction and making Hawk and Dove supernatural. And Hawk and Dove were born in the War and Peace era. Hawk was war and his brother was peace. And that whole stick didn't work.
Yeah.
It never took. But when we made it supernatural, it took. And they've always had a Titans association. And no, they're big. They're a big part of the show. And I'm telling you, I think people really were rattled because they saw the show is hardcore R-rated. No one was ready for that this morning. And
We were quite surprised.
I mean, Dove puts her hands through a guy's face and it splatters. I'm like, okay, not your mom and dad's Dove, okay? So we've covered that. And then Robin said some off-color stuff about Batman that even I was like,
whoa.
What? Wow. But they want to show you, we're not the Titans that you're getting, this Friday in the movie theater. So
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But the characters just keep coming. You now have your own universe, just casually signed a
Yes.
deal with Netflix for
yeah, we're very
straight
excited.
to universe.
Hey, you got a universe? You can set it up, okay? I mean, look, you gotta understand, dude, I'm old. I grew up with Lou Ferrigno as the Hulk, hulking out one time every Friday night, dude. As a 10-year-old, young lad, you watch CBS on Friday nights, and you're just waiting. He'd almost get angry, He'd almost get angry. Oh, they got one of those contacts showing David Banner kind of almost. Nope, they didn't have the budget to have him Hulk out, but once a show, and then he rips his shirt and he throws something in slow motion, and he thought that was the greatest thing since sliced bread. And so my kids take for granted these $100 gazillion special effects. I'm like, how does Infinity War exist on this planet? As a kid, I would never believe that would exist. And look so magnificent. So now, look, people, this culture wants the comic book stuff. They want it in a way that it's just funny. I will never forget in 2012, the president of Paramount told me that comic books were a fad and they'd be gone in 3 years. And I was like, no. People are turning on flame. They have knives coming out of their hands. You're not going back to a guy in a gun in a skyscraper. That's not happening again. Like, we're gonna superpowers is the new thing.
But the stuff like Infinity War, that's the culmination of 18 movies. Do you have this whole overarching plan for the Extreme Universe, or are you taking it one at a time?
So Akiva Goldsman, who did Titans, he is the producer and writer on the new Titans show, came to me, and we're doing Extreme together, and we're assembling the writers' room right now. And look, I think
starting with Prophet, right? Is that the first one?
No, Prophet's actually a different deal. It's a movie with Sony.
Oh, okay.
Hey,
cool.
No, guys, it's too much.
You got a lot of things going on.
I've got it sorted out, so you don't have to.
Okay, thank you.
But the thing is, Prophet is going to be a kick-ass, big, huge action adventure, time travel. But yeah, Extreme. It's 5 films. You know what? People think they're shows. It's 5 films.
Yeah.
And Netflix was like, we want to build them, like Marvel built them. But we're along for the ride, man. I mean, we're gonna take our chances. Akiva today, when he was like, enjoy the Titan stuff, Rob. Hopefully, we'll be there next year with our stuff with Extreme. So I'm fingers crossed.
Hell yeah.
Is it going to be like 5 films focusing on a singular character?
All the characters, some of the characters in the Extreme Universe are they're brothers, they're family, and 2 of them, I have like really comic books only Cain and Abel. The two brothers that actually are the heads of different organizations that our guns are aimed at each other. And again, it's one of the fresh things that we can say nobody else has this in comics. So that'll be that's kind of the crux of building out the universe, because we take a little more of a even trying more real world applications to what if there were truly super beings. And I don't know that you're like, no, it's been done, Rob. No, not in the way we've done it. We really, like the manufacturing of superhumans. Like, what would that be like if you could flip a switch and you could make as many as you want, and you could determine what powers they have? And I mean, we haven't gone in that realm yet in this comic book movie, comic book film realm. So we're gonna explain it. I mean, we're gonna take a shot. I feel good about it. These comics have a tremendous audience. It's like Fox. I told them for 10 years. There's X-Force, Cable, and Deadpool have a huge fan base. And now, you know what they say to me? Rob, these characters are so popular.
Yeah.
But
I mean, there was a boom and bust cycle with comics.
Right.
It's gone down.
I wasn't part of that. I watched it. That wasn't mine.
I mean, what is it that you think will now sustain it and makes this, it keeps things fresh? Because there's a lot of superhero stuff.
Well, okay, so you got Marvel and DC. They are literally the big dogs in the fight. I mean, they always will be. They've got the longest history. But I mean, again, you've got a guy like Robert Kirkman, who came out of nowhere and has this show is it on its 9th or 10th season? Walking Dead is a dynamo. I mean, my elevator doors shut in my hotel, and it's Fear the Walking Dead. Walking Dead. I mean, that's a franchise, a zombie franchise. Who would have thought of that, right?
Yeah, right.
So I mean, he's got his place at the table. There's the thing about going back to Netflix. My kids consume. I have 3 teenagers, 14, 16, 18. They have taught me so much, and they want to watch their stuff on their phone, not on the 70-inch. I'm like, why am I in here alone? Why are you in your room with this? I know what content you're watching. It looks better here, and yet this is how they consume with their tablets. And so Netflix, I think, and streaming, everything's streaming. Titans is streaming.
Yeah.
Doesn't Disney have a streaming platform?
It's coming.
We're gonna. So I don't know, man. 24-hour superheroes like nonstop. I guess we'll find out.
Yeah.
We'll find out.
Are there parallels with kind of your comic experience that's now happening with Hollywood?
Yes.
Do you see that?
100%. Yeah, like I said, with the Deadpool and Cable, literally, I told them, Cable is the #1. He is the most popular Marvel character to not make it on film.
Yeah.
He has. If you told me 27 years ago that X-Force would still be the #2 best-selling comic of all time, I would not have taken that bet. I thought we were going to get lapped.
Yeah.
And you go, wow, we're never. They put like 70 covers on Star Wars 5 years ago when Star Wars came back to Marvel. I thought, that's selling 2 million, 500,000. I'm like, okay, so 5 million copies, we're safe. And these people, they resonate. Brolin, my good buddy Josh, he told me when he was playing Cable, he goes, Rob, I did not realize, you told me, but I didn't realize until I went to D23, the affection for Cable. He said and that was just really weird. He comes out to promote Thanos, and he looks like
they
Cable.
care about Cable.
He had the scar in his eye because they cut his eyebrow, and he had so it was like a year ago, boom, everything blew up. Brolin dressed as Cable is promoting Thanos. So weird. But he told me, he said, Rob, this has a huge fan base. And I'm like, yeah, and you're not purple. Like, this is cool. You look like Josh.
Yeah.
You look like the best Josh ever. Good God. He went to the gym, became like, ripped, like ridiculous. But he has seen, and Zazie, they've all, and Ryan have seen the affection for these characters, and they can translate. Dude, Deadpool, that fan base goes to 80-year-old ladies who pulled me over and said, Deadpool's my favorite. And I took pictures with her. And then the 70-year-old best friend said, oh, me too, we love it. I'm like, Deadpool. I think it's the B. Arthur
They relate
Golden
to
Girls
Blind
thing.
Al.
Dude,
Yeah.
that's it. That's it. But no, in film, it's like this stuff is being discovered. I'm going to tell you, for a while, people only thought Marvel could work. And maybe DC stumbles helped them look elsewhere. But I think, look, the fan base is there, and everyone follows the success. When the success stops, it'll be over. But how many summers have we been told that it's fatigue, it's fatigue, it's fatigue? And yet the top movies of this summer are Infinity War, Deadpool, Ant-Man. I mean, all the superhero stuff continues to perform tremendously. Tremendously.
Yeah.
So you've done all of the things.
Yes.
All of the things are happening. Is there anything left that I wish they would make a movie about this or approach me about a TV project for?
You know what? It's funny. I wrote a screenplay about the formation of Image Comics.
Oh,
and
cool.
the way it's kind of like what's that Facebook movie?
Social Network, yes.
Meets The Wolf of Wall Street, and it's about comic book. It's about the birth of Image Comics and how we changed the industry. Because DC could not believe with 6 comics we became the number one.
Yeah.
We became the number 2 comic company. We leapt over their comic company, and they killed Superman to compete with us.
Yeah.
Superman died because of Image Comics. That is a historical fact. They had to huddle and go, what are we doing? These 6 maniacs are outpacing us. And there's a great story to tell there. So I am trying to set that is a small.
I would watch the hell out of that.
Yeah.
You would. You would.
Who plays you?
I would love to
Yourself.
cast. No, I would never. I would never. I am not.
You could do like an American Splendor thing where you're in it and not in it.
Yeah, I'm not sure that would work. I'm not advocating for me, but it would be. I'm going to tell you, the role that would win somebody an Oscar is Todd McFarlane.
Yeah.
Bud, dude, that guy's accepted it don't work. But we got to cast him. But no, I'm telling you that's my passion project right now is getting that off the ground. So it's because it was really, if you watched or heard, Robert Kirkman did a documentary on this on AMC last fall. It kicked off or I think it ended his behind-the-scenes comic series, and it was the highest-rated. People reacted to it the most, and I'm like, come on, I've had the screenplay for about 4 years, and I've been I tried to get it off the ground 4 years ago, not as much interest. Now, woo! But again, it's like, let's pull the curtain behind and see the craziness that goes into. If you think making Facebook was interesting, way better, way better. So you'll see.
That's great. I'll take that above the Pouch movie.
Yeah, dude, people have given me Pouch action figures. I'm like, you did, and they're like, oh, I did it with my 3D printer, Liefeld. I'm like, I need to get a 3D printer. Like, wow, but it's crazy. I drew it, I put it out there just as a joke.
Yeah.
You have no idea how many, like that book blew up.
Yeah.
Like the orders on that thing went through the roof, and I'm like, this is crazy. But
I mean, I want one. It's a joke. It's meta, but it's like Deadpool. Like it's
no, dude.
self-aware and
you haven't seen what's in those pouches yet either.
What is in those pouches?
You're gonna have to stay tuned. Lots of crazy stuff.
Awesome, Jack. You have any more questions?
Yeah. Oh, about pouches.
Yes.
Does every
Why did I
character?
create them?
Oh, it's time for pouch talk.
Or do you know what's in every character's pouch?
I do actually, and I want to point you guys and maybe your viewers who are not aware that they did a special Deadpool 900. It was back when Marvel was making a joke we have higher numbers in DC, so they put while Deadpool was on 135, they did a special Deadpool 900, and in that Joe Kelly and I combined for the first time. We worked together, and one thing is, Rob, what do you want to do in here? And I go, we definitely need to show what's in the pouches. Deadpool in the middle of the battle, he's being attacked by all these cyborg zombies. He takes his pouch off and he turns it upside down, and you'll see there's a spider monkey that falls out. There's a pipe. There's some candy. Yes, I do know what's in all the pouches. But here's the deal: like a guy from SWAT. Okay, I did a signing in Virginia, and he shows up in his SWAT gear. I'm like, what'd I do? He was like the last guy of the day, and he's literally, and if you've seen a SWAT, I mean, it's just pouches everywhere. And he's like, dude, I want to show up and celebrate the guy who created pouches. I go, how did I get this? I even tell my kids, like, pouches have existed, like, in the military the whole life, but somehow somebody licked it, stuck it on me, and I'm the pouch guy. But you know what? I own it.
There you
I own
go.
it.
Yeah.
And if SWAT wants to show up and tell me that I made those pouches, then damn it, I made those pouches.
Well, thank you so much,
Hey,
man.
thanks
really
for having
appreciate
me.
it.
This is a great show. ScreenJunkies, I love you guys.
Hell yeah, we love Rob.
Thank you very
and,
much.
Please come back anytime.
You're
And
the
you
best.
guys check out Deadpool 2, Super Duper Cut. Check out Titans. Check out the whole Extreme Universe. Actually, just like walk outside, you'll probably see something he's done.
Thank you.
Thanks for sticking around. Bye-bye, guys.